All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. This is taken at the 3. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
Here we go.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Come on. Pick the edge, pick the edge. Rotate, spell.
Jackson now. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
Set, ready. 30 base, let's go. Go, go, go.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, it's Miller. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Ready to 8, read. 59.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
They'll try to run for it with Miller.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
59, Mike. Check, check, 59. Orbit. Pass. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Ready.
They're going to look to throw.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Mike, check, 50 Delta.
2nd and 15. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Here we go. 36. Set. 36 to Pittsburgh.
You don't know no better.
Delta.
From the gun, Jackson. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Calvin Ridley, 43 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Let's get it. At the 28-yard line.
Down.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Not here.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
Come for you.
Mike's 5'9". Mike's 5'9".
Now.
2nd and 4. He finds an opening past the 40. That complete to Lamar Miller. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's got this down to the 35. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Now on 1st down, drop the throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hodges. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Check. Set, go.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven 1st.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Here we go. Set. 10 Lobos. Win championships, baby. Blue Dart Corkers. Blue Dart Corkers. Ready.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality and pound the rock.
Roy.
Fast. Ready, go.
2nd and 3.
Coming for you, son.
Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18.
You got him.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Set. Ready. 30 base. Let's go.
Blue Dan. He's coming. Double up.
Scene 6.
Mike's 5'9", Mike's 5'9".
All day. All
Yep.
day, every day.
Back to throw here. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Back him up.
Out there now, the lefty Tavecchio for the Falcon field goal. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ravens nothing. Giorgio Tavecchio on for the field goal.
The kick by Tavecchio is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
Hayward. JJ.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
Watch the run.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards that time, and a Bills 1st down.
Well, how many times do we say in this game is speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
On 1st down, they go right back to Hunt. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Ready.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, tight. Check.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
I see you over there.
Calvin Ridley. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Jakeem Grant on the return.
Come on now,
The
let's go.
Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
On the double.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Joey Bosa in on the stop.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
I got you. Mike's 5'9", Mike's 5'9".
Yeah. Ready.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He'll find Miller. That's complete. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Ready,
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
That's what I do. Hatch it.
Ready, go.
This is Miller. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
Let's go, baby.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. Zoom, fellas, let's go.
59's mark.
Go.
Now back to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Go, go. Let's go.
They'll look to throw. It's complete. It's Miller. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Good, Charlie. Topper. Topper.
Don't be mad. It's more coming. It's more
Cut.
He'll look to throw. Allen's got it complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet. Get a little rack yardage.
They did a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start...
He's got a man complete. The 20, 10, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
Let's go, touchdowns, baby.
DJ Chark, 75 yards. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 15 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here. A very eventful divisional round weekend. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
You don't want no problem.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Ready. To the blend. 49's the mic.
It's our time.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. This one into the hands of the running back, Melange. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
They're running.
Jackson to throw again. Buying time to his left. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
You got to know that you're open, otherwise just don't do it.
He's going deep for Brown. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46.
You ain't doing nothing today.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson throwing again. Steps away to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Ready. 60 out low.
Right there. 56.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. On the move to his left. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. On 4th down, on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. Returnable for Grant. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Let's go, let's
The
go,
Raven
let's
offense
go.
set at the line for this next
Pittsburgh.
drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
Go.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is. Right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
I got you, boy.
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important
Let's go.
drive.
Let's do
And we
it.
often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Mike the 59.
Ready, go.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now
Here we go.
is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Slam.
Let him.
He'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 25. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that
Has
one.
that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
A run there on first down gets him a yard to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
60 yards. 49.
Hey, let's get some penetration here.
Echo.
Penetration.
49's the mic. Watch 49. Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Go. 49, guys. Mike, 49.
Hey, watch the lane.
That's it.
They run again with Hunt. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 11.
Here we go. 30 sets. Bravo.
Faster. 60 Pittsburgh.
Going nowhere.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Tavon Young.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Mike's 59. Let's get the ball.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. 10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in a long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
Ready. Foxtrot.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell
Ready.
Back to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo.
There we go.
This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Ready.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bump.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Watch the curls.
2nd and 14. That escapes the sack. And he's going to go down again. J.J. Watt in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long.
Okay,
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
59.
Alpha. Check. Rocky, let's go.
He'll drop to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And my goodness, another interception. Snags it for the pick. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it, Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. Room here to run.
We ain't giving up nothing.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 34.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
And they go jet sweep here with Chark. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. DJ Chark, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down.
A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Ravens.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10.
That's going to be a long day.
Check 15. Go.
Looking to throw.
Back to 59. Hey, let's get
Got
that
a man. It's Brown. And he's got Rome. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 42 yards. And the Ravens cut into that lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
I know he ain't got it.
Deuce. Check 99. Check 99.
Ready.
They'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, you know, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And the Bills are going to recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, had they given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Ready, ready. 90, whoa.
Mike, 36.
Hey, I'm coming, baby. I'm coming. Woo! Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Watch twist. Yeah. Twist, watch twist. Twist. Whip. Whip. Watch the whip. SOS.
They'll run again.
Baby. You ain't got the key to this one.
Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Hey, zoom. Check 24.
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bills on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Jackson from the shotgun. He sets to fire deep. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. DJ Chark saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Miller. 66 yards, and the Ravens get a bit closer. He has been an integral part of the offense all season, and now in the playoffs he's carrying it over. Had the touchdown last week in the wild card game. Now his second TD of the playoffs.
Showing some consistency, and that's something that we have to keep in mind about the playoffs, because we often think you have to be spectacular in order to win. I think consistent is what you're looking for. That can get you to the finish line.
And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further.
I know you felt that one.
And the Bills are going to recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Jackson now. Eluding the pressure right. And he finds Tyler Croft. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
He may try and run for this. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
All right, I don't want to get too poetic here where they talk about, the eyes being the windows of the soul. You know what else the eyes do? They see the open spaces on a field, and those eyes carry your legs to those spots, and that's what happened on that play. He saw an opening and went and got it.
Well, he really hasn't ran the ball all game. Fourth quarter here, need a big play, able to pick it. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Go! Motion! Go!
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Third down and 16.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
Big stop. 49 go. 49's the mic. 49's the mic. Drop deep. High 7.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a big play there for Baltimore. 45 yards on the ground. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Hey, here we go. Mike's 5'9", Mike's 5'9".
They'll look to throw here. He's going deep. And now here is another interception. Picked off inside the 10. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. Because if you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who get 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000.
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And right now, Charles, I think you'd have to say their class starting to show through.
Yeah, they were disappointed not to get the number 1 seed in the playoffs. But the reality is, these guys can play anywhere. It doesn't matter for them.
And if they can indeed hold on to this lead, that's going to set up one heck of a championship game next Sunday.
Let's come back and watch it, shall we?
Something tells me you and I are going to be there. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Let's go, let's
The
go,
Raven
let's
offense
go.
set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Come on, set.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now it's Miller. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Here we go. Set.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Miller will get it. He has been busy today. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Set.
Check motion.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. I think probably just trying to draw them off there, it didn't work.
And defensively, that's what you work on all the time. Being in that spot and being able to not jump and give them the yardage that they were desiring.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And Allen's got it.
What you got, Heavy?
And nothing but daylight ahead. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. On the defensive side of the ball, that's the definition of frustrated. You get them to 4th down, and then you allow a chunk play like that in the passing game.
Almost felt as if that play was drawn up in the dirt on the sideline. They pulled that from a game plan that wasn't this game, and they still made it work.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
At the 7-yard line.
Ready. 8, read.
All day, just like that. Just like that. 58.
Set. Go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2.
Mike, check, 59. Here we go.
They'll try and throw for it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion,
We're going to work.
all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Here we go.
60 yards. 56. Switch up.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. This one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a first down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again. And he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
Now Hunt. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Silver. Alert 3.
Great stone. Travel.
Play action. Now Jackson. This is the tight end fan.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go.
On both sides, you come into this game with so much hope, so much build-up, looking to move on. One side gets to do that, but let's not forget the others. Tough pill to swallow.
It really is, because there's so much hard work, effort. You mentioned the hope to go on and maybe play in the big game itself. Well, let's see how they handle it, though. The offseason is going to be a long one for them because they're going to eat their heart out watching other people continue to play. But can they come back the next year and find it in them to make that same run again and maybe find a way to advance?
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.